All righty. You have anything to say before you make that speech to your dad?
Nope.
He did a real good job, Dad. Right, John?
Yes, he did a great job.
He hasn't been in there yet.
He hasn't been in there, but he is prepped, ready to go. He has been reading while we've been going around turns. He almost got sick. No, I don't know about that, but and then we were playing with our GPS, and we were going to somewhere in Holland, and finally figured out that we needed to be in the United States. So anyway, he, in spite of us, he's here.
You went to tractor school today, right?
Yep.
And it was good?
Yep.
You did a combine?
Yep.
All right, so you're ready for a president now, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Secret Service people bring them in.
Hi. Good to see you.
Welcome. This is a space we want to.
We're recording this monumentous event here.
I drank that beer. Yeah, I actually saw this one last week at my sister graduated. So have you traveled down here today then? You traveled down here today for this? Okay, where's the Very good. So are they, we've got some name tags. Let me see if I can get them on. There we are.
Since Dad's not here, we're taking pictures.
For you? Now these are kind of complicated because you got to kind of... He's looking exceptionally photogenic tonight.
Now he's even got the paparazzi following him around.
Look at this. We are...
Dad wants to know what's going on, you know.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So I keep getting asked if I'm going to go for the next one. I'm trying to decide.
I hope so.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I think
Frank Miller, our photographer, says 5 minutes, and he says, then you're free to go. So we'll interrupt you only just briefly, and then let you have your evening back.
Sounds good.
So what did you do?
Okay, so we're the president.
I ran in the 2012 Olympics.
I've got a new one. Alright, so this is still me figuring it out, and you know what? I think that looks, you look like a reasonable group of people.
Oh, wait. Oh, I had my tag back on.
Alright. Liam, could I have you remove your tag too, please? Alright, so now we're doing it for real. Think happy thoughts, pretend you're enjoying this, and good. And again.
It just makes it must be interesting to have your home also be
Yeah, it kind of changes the context of the evening a little bit.
But I meant for people, the president lives here, but it also is a place of events.
Yes, we're happy to be able to use it. It gets to be an imposition. We were here just Wednesday night for another function.
Very excited to present the awards. I'm really glad to be here, I think, for a number of reasons. One, because it's a good opportunity also to introduce Dennis Bergvall and James Lippincott. James, where are you? There you are.
He's working, yeah.
Who
Have an alumni event like this into this place, which is, this has been part of the Willamette sort of portfolio of buildings since the 1950s, but very few people, it turns out, get a chance to come in and see it. So it's really good whenever I can find an excuse to bring some new people into Bishop House. I was thinking what I might say to our alumni today, and I was thinking about that way of phrasing it, our alumni, as if somehow the alumni belong to Willamette University, and realizing that really has it exactly backwards. I think there are some really profound ways in which alumni are the group who, more than any other group, own Willamette. And I mean that in a technical sense. The Board of Trustees, the corporation that owns all of the property of Willamette and hires people like me, is 90% alumni. And for more than 100 years now, the alumni really have been the owners of this great institution. And one of the challenges for us in the administration and the alumni office is to help our newest alumni come into that sense of ownership and think about how they need to take the leadership of this institution going forward into what will, in not too many years, be our third century. But of course, the alumni are the institution in lots of less formal ways too. The alumni on the alumni board provide all kinds of leadership. The Alumni Career Network, our alumni who are working in admissions, our alumni who work on all sorts of advisory boards, whether they're in the Atkinson School or the law school or in athletics or various other places around the university, provide a great sense of leadership and family to this institution. And at the end of any fiscal year, we just passed our fiscal year boundary, I also think about the monetary contributions, of course. And I was thinking just this morning about the fact that this last year we had something like $12 million in direct contributions, something like $13 million in contributions out of the endowment, so interest from the endowment, which means $25 million to advance the core mission of the university, $10,000 for every student on campus, and the great majority of all of that support comes from many generations of alumni. So there are just so many ways that Willamette as an institution belongs to the alumni. But there's another different point that I wanted to make specifically tonight, which is the alumni ownership of the mission of the university. We talk a lot about our motto, not unto ourselves alone are we born. And we're really proud of the work that we do on that little 70-acre campus downtown in Salem to advance the motto and to advance the values of the institution. But that is magnified 100-fold by what our alumni are doing out in the world. So in many really important ways, Willamette's impact on our world, the way that it makes the world a better place, a more sustainable place, a more just place, comes from the work of our alumni. Whether they're doctors or lawyers or business leaders, or inspiring through their athletic skills, or entertaining, or writing, or teaching, our alumni are out in the world doing Willamette's good work. And today is about honoring a small number of alumni as exemplars, people we're particularly proud of, who have made a particular mark through the Young Alumni Award, through the Alumni. The Alumni Awards, Puneet Ranjan is another winner who is not here tonight, through the Sparks Medallion. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Melissa to get that show on the road. Thank you all for coming.
Thanks, Dave, and I think this is a good podium here, and we all know the awards are here, and they have been staring us all in the face. They're wonderful. I have to say, first, you mentioned it, I was able to give the award to Puneet Ranjan and at our Board of Trustees meeting in May, and he won sorry, I should go back. He's a graduate of Master of Management class in 1986, and he wasn't able to be here tonight due to a work travel commitment, which is why I gave it to him in May. He also won the Distinguished Alumni citation. Another great example of one of our alums out in the community doing good work and taking the name of Willamette even farther. I should step back a second, I guess, and say that the process of honoring our exemplary honorees, I guess, goes back to 1957. And like President Thorson said, we have not been doing it here in this beautiful house. It's been in reunion weekends and a variety and out in their own hometowns. But I think bringing it back here to the core of where we are and what this is about is really special. So this goes back to 1957. And the awards go to winners in 3 different categories, and they come from alumni and faculty nominations. And who we're here to recognize tonight are those in the categories of, as I mentioned, the Distinguished Alumni Citation, as Puneet was, also the Young Alumni, and the Leslie J. Sparks. So, without further ado, I'd like to go forward and ask Liam Mahoney and John Doan if you would come forward. And you are both going to be accepting an award on behalf of Doan Mahoney, right? Come stand up, so I'll just jump in right First of all, I want to say Doan Mahoney is one of our Distinguished Alumni Citation Award winners who could not be with us. He is currently in Vietnam, right? And he has asked his son and his former mentor and professor to be here to accept the award on his behalf. He was a class of 1986, and he came to Oregon via Pakistan and the Philippines as a child, where his adoptive father, employed by the State Department, had been stationed. He says he fell in love with Willamette immediately, which, I mean, honestly, haven't we all? And his college experience was a springboard. Since graduating, and I heard a lot about this, it was great to talk to John, I appreciate that. Since graduating, he's become a renowned musician in his own right, an award-winning filmmaker, and a philanthropist. In 2002, he started the Village School Foundation, a nonprofit that has since then built 7 schools in Vietnam and given out 500 scholarships. Today, he's at work on a new feature film and a 5th studio album, which will explore the renewed love he feels for the country that he had to leave behind 4 decades ago. Please join me in congratulating Doan. That you wanted to share on his behalf?
Do you have anything to say?
My name is Liam Mahoney. I am Doan Mahoney's son. I would like to thank the Office of Alumni and Parent Relations for honoring my dad with a Distinguished Alumni Citation for 2013 award. My dad is truly touched by this honor, and he feels a great privilege to walk the same path as the previous recipients of this wonderful award. My dad is not here today to accept this award, but I know he is proud, and I am proud of him. Since 2002, my dad had built 7 schools in Vietnam and gave out 500 scholarships to impoverished children. He is opening an English learning center in his hometown, which will be opened in 2 weeks. My dad is committed to helping children and adults of Fantat to make their lives through education. People often say life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Willamette University will be one of those moments to my dad. He has made lifelong friends here, and to be honored by his friends, it is the greatest reward of all. Thank you.
I'd just like to say a few words. That I've been here since 1977, and I've been impressed with the students are always 18 to 22. They never seem to get older. And knowing Doan and a variety of alumni that I come across in my trade of not only teaching and having them come back, but I tour nationally and internationally, and I get to see students and hear about what they've done. And I'm very proud of Doan. And having known him as a student and has taken him on working with him with his career, and we've become great friends. I've seen a relationship of the university being a really important experience for Doan and many other students. It seemed like the 80s was a time that did pay attention to our relationship with globally, and especially with peoples in Asia. I guess it was in 1985 we started our first sister relationship with schools in China and in Korea. And in '86, Doan graduates. In '89, we have TIUA, and so there were a number of things that I remember from that time. But him having a music background offered him an opportunity to express things that he was having difficulty expressing. Any of our students who come from away from home have challenges anyway, and Doan's challenges were even beyond that, having grown up in Vietnam during the war years. And it's difficult to explain that to other 18-year-olds and other 19-year-olds. And so I had a wonderful opportunity to work with him in a creative capacity and to encourage him to, I didn't know what was going on with him. It didn't look like he was going to be successful in our program. I did hear him improvising in a practice room with so much soul and feeling that we weren't hearing on the concert stage. I encouraged him to do his own compositions, and what came of it was him being able to dialogue with himself, his past, and with his peers and everyone around. And I have been to few student recitals that were attended by 600 people, where I had him go to the Statesman Journal, and Ron Cowan saw a story there, wrote a full page, put color pictures. We had children coming in by the busloads who were in ESL programs that had Asian backgrounds, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. So anyway, I'm proud to see that he has taken what he has learned and he has applied it and continues to take our motto, not unto ourselves alone are we here, and that's just such a great thing that you're honoring him. It moves me to know him from 18.
So Doan was awarded our Distinguished Alumni Citation, and to round out those recipients, I'd like to invite Paula Casey to come join me here tonight. Paula graduated from the undergrad in 1969 and College of Law in 1972. Paula went to law school in the days when women didn't really occupy many of the law classrooms, and I've heard some of those numbers you talked about. Since then, she's conducted a trailblazing career as a judge, retiring only last year, right?
Yes.
From Washington's Thurston County Superior Court after being elected to the bench in 1984. And Paula was the founder of the Thurston County Dispute Resolution Center and used that experience to combine hard lawyering skills with a liberal arts style vision, and she reimagined some of the perennial challenges to come up with new solutions, such as positioning the Thurston County family and juvenile law processes together in a separate courthouse, which obviously ended up turning out really well.
Yeah. You're on.
Oh, we love your son. We're new here at Williamette, and it's just been wonderful hearing from your wonderful son. He did a great job. You should be very proud, and we're very proud of you.